Hi, it's Dave from TRINUS, and you guessed it, I'm working from home. I'm the Director of Account Management and Marketing, lead a small team, John, Damon, Misty, and Chris. At the start of the lockdown, it was pretty much business as usual. We were all in the office, just doing our work. Then as the restrictions became more serious, we all started working from home. I, I go into the office right now maybe a couple of times a week, and even then, only for half a day. You might be in the same situation. So you tired of blurry images from kitchens and basements and bedrooms? How about tech that doesn't work? Now things are getting better, but it's still not perfect, not by a long stretch. But the restrictions are starting to ease, and we're starting to receive requests for people to start permanently working from home. We've had a couple of these so far. So we've even seen a lot of articles about office towers emptying out as people move into the suburbs, want more green space. Well, wait a minute, not so fast. There's a lot more to think about. So most of the staff at Trinus have been working from home for, close to 2 months now. So as an informal study in business management, we've been keeping a close eye on what's been going on. And I'd like to share some thoughts and personal experiences. Now I've got a great home office environment here. I have a large desk, comfy chair, quiet room, and really good lighting. And as expected, I've got a fast computer, I've got dual monitors, all the tech goodies, including these great noise canceling headphones. You really need to get a pair of these. But not everyone is so fortunate. Some struggle. We've had some hints about uncomfortable chairs, distractions, noise, and poor lighting. So first lesson is, for the long term, the environment is as important as the tech. You can't just give someone a laptop and a mouse and expect them to be productive at home. We also had to rewrite our work from home policy. Now, you do have a work from home policy, don't you? Now, I work in the tech industry and have for the last 20 years. I'm supposed to know what I'm doing. This should be effortless. Well, that's not true. New cybersecurity is bringing new procedures and more complexity. While we need the extra cybersecurity, it's really increasing my frustration. Here's an example. To access some Office files, I need to establish what's called an SSL VPN. That's Secure Socket Layer Virtual Private Network. But to do so, we've implemented two-factor authentication. That means I get a special code on my cell phone. That's 3 steps to make just the connection to get to the Office files. But if I want to have a team meeting with a colleague, then the SSL VPN makes for a lousy, unstable environment, so I have to disconnect it. So the upshot is that I'm constantly reconfiguring my computer setup. Inevitably, I mess up or the technology does. So lesson number 2, be prepared to lose some efficiency and be tolerant with frustrated users. Staying connected is becoming more difficult. At first, I just ignored the lack of the casual interaction, the impromptu chats that we have in each other's offices, or the ability to walk down the hall and ask a question. But after a couple of weeks, I found myself, I was out of the loop. So to combat this, we implemented weekly team check-in meetings. The agenda is really simple. Just tell us what you've been doing and what are you going to do this upcoming week. After a while, we put in 2 new features. One was, we started asking a common question that everyone has to answer. Here's an example. Are you receiving enough communication with your Trinus coworkers? If not, what would make it better? The second thing we did is that everyone needs to provide a weekly plan of their activities. It helps them self-plan their week. So lesson number 3, managers need to be more deliberate and proactive in communicating with staff so that you don't lose the small and subtle communications. Finally, the lines are going to start to blur between work and home. It's inevitable. So schedules are going to change. You're going to see more personal habits, a lot of casual interaction. Now, some of this is okay, but you got to remember it's a business office. This is especially true of video meetings. So you're going to see casual dress codes. You're going to be introduced to children and pets. You're going to see pictures, book titles, personal mementos. Here's an example. This is my favorite coffee mug. It's bought by my wife a few years ago. Certainly innocent enough, but it was commented on by a work colleague. You got to be careful. By the way, how do you like my sweatshirt? So be prepared to be more involved in the personal lives of coworkers and resist the temptation to judge. On a related side, I attended a webinar that was put on by Zoom, and their VP of sales was broadcasting from his son's loft bedroom. The image was blurry, the audio was muffled, there were tech dropouts. It wasn't their best moment. Try to keep it professional. Well, that's it. A few simple tips to consider when having your staff work from home in the long term. Bye for now.